it is our desire that everyone who passes here really understand their duty and works towards improving everything, Madam Chair. There's a feeling some officers at very high level of government are not really trying to help the governor, Her Excellency, to achieve her manifesto and dream. So this is not a personalized fight. This is not a fight against any individual. This is actually an oversight role against an office that is not working to the standard that we expect. This is despite, as an assembly, trying to enhance the role of every CACM by providing, opportunity for them to appear before committees, to appear before, the House, to give us information so that we enhance their role. Honorable members, this is a house of procedure. This is a house of procedure, Chair. I wish so that we not seem to look like we are fighting an individual. We allow this procedure to mature legally, because this procedure is a legal procedure and it can mature legally without being seen like we are attacking anyone. Madam Speaker, on the other hand, no one would wish any other person sick or dead. I wouldn't wish myself or someone else sickness. And if the CACM saw a doctor, and I do not know whether anyone here has a schedule for his or her own sickness. Sickness can appear any time. Even while we are seated here, Mheshimiwa Mbula just said that he's not feeling well, she's not feeling well, and she requested. Anyone of us can fall sick any time. My personal conviction is the minister cannot wish himself illness. My personal conviction, and everyone is going to have an opportunity to speak. I think everybody is going to have an opportunity to speak. I have said my personal conviction is the minister cannot wish himself illness. And Chair, I do not, I happen to know you as a lawyer. I am a public policy analyst. That if indeed these members feel that the minister wished himself illness, there's a way of verifying whether he visited a doctor, because you can direct the clerk to write a letter. But in many cases, you'd find there's what is called patient-doctor confidentiality. But it is our duty to either seek that information or not. And the 3 days that have been offered are going to lapse. And we can move to any other procedure as required by law. As required by law, to summon the minister for him to come and explain any matter that could be before this House. So let us not be seen as we play our oversight role. We are keen on a personality or on an individual. Let us treat that office as a creation of the law, and it is not the person we are killing, or, we are asking for the office to be enhanced by this assembly through oversight to deliver on the people. Lastly, Madam Speaker, I hear the mood of the members, and especially the elected members, because most of the time, the role of the MCA has been misconstrued as the person who is on the ground to do the function. Of course, we have a role, because the people elected me so that I speak on their behalf. So if they send me that they want a road, I will come here and speak that they want a road. But how that road arrives on the ground is the role of the executive. My role is to keep reminding them that there is a road that you promised, but you have not done it. Woe unto all elected MCAs, because if the road is not developed, they do not blame the minister. They do not blame the chief officer. They blame the MCA. Lastly, Madam Speaker, I think we need an induction course for the branch of executive, because they have assigned themselves powers that they do not have. And especially the CECM. I speak as a majority leader, and sometimes I don't like assigning my role, that I'm the majority leader or sijui nini. But you go to a meeting where you have been invited by, for example, Her Excellency the Governor. And the seating arrangement and the protocols are all disturbed by CECM, and simply because Madam Speaker maybe is not in that meeting, majority leader anawekwa futi 10. Minority leader anawekwa futi 10. Or even second line. What we are also saying is, can they be taught about government protocols? Because we employ people and overnight they become gods. So what we are urging is, this is a vehicle. Mheshimiwa Minority Leader, while you are speaking, thank you, colleague leader. Chair, protect me. So what we want is to have a fair and good working relationship between honorable members and the executive, so that we deliver on what we promise. Mheshimiwa Kisila, through the chair, it is not late. It is not late. The 2 years, the 5 months, the 4 days, it is not late if we deliberately choose to work together. Madam Chair.
Okay, granted.
Let me correct my majority leader, who I have a lot of respect for. From the day we came to this assembly, we chose to work together. And let me tell you, we supported Our Excellency the Governor through thick and thin. Yes. All the budgets we passed. Did we change any budget? No. Did we even send any of our nominees home? No. We gave her the benefit of the doubt. So we've been working together, majority. The issue now is, I think our working together has been taken for granted. They think that we cannot do anything as by what you have said. And they think we don't know our rights. And also they think we don't know our role. Moving forward, from today, it has started. We will make sure, from our Excellency the Governor to the Chief Officer, they know our role. And they respect us. Let them do their work. We do our work. If it comes to a matters of somebody who is inefficient, who is not performing, for example, I expect the next summons to be the CCM Lands and Energy. Yes. He needs to come here and tell us why our account is dark. Minister for Education, everybody, they all need to come here and tell us why we are not working, why things are not working. Even water itself, why our boreholes have collapsed. You are there. In fact, I'm very happy, majority leader. You came to our water committee, and I could see the pain in you, in what is happening to water. We need to call the CCM health here. Why are we giving budgets, big budgets to health department? And there is no medicine in the hospitals. The motivation levels are low. And the hospitals are being shut.
The point is home.
Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Majority, proceed.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Through the chair, Mheshimiwa Kisila, what I meant is, I think our position has not changed as an assembly. I think what has changed is some CCM thinking that we should just let them do whatever they want. But for the records, we continue to support Her Excellency the Governor. Unwavering. We continue.
Thank you.
Perhaps.
Allow the member to.
Perhaps.
Honorable Brian.
And that is why I said.
Honorable Kaviu, I gave you an opportunity to speak. Let the honorable member speak without interruptions.
Mheshimiwa Leader of Minority said, for us to have a meaningful resolution, let us cool down. Let us be sober. Sure. What I'm saying is that even the majority side, you will agree with me that we will support the executive, but we will not support the executive to do the wrong thing. We will not support the executive to do the wrong thing. That is what we are saying. And we are also asking for the support of the minority to support the government to do the right thing. And when bad things are done, we want to be sober enough to call them out. To call them out in a sober way, so that we have decisions and resolutions from this house that can enhance their work and not to look like we are punishing. Madam Speaker, I submit and I agree that we, the CECM, following due process, be invited to come and give any information that is required. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Katiti. Honorable Kito. Honorable Mulinga. Sorry.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
I've not forgotten about you members. So I'll still give you an opportunity. Honorable yes. Mulinga, Honorable Kituku, Honorable, in that order, later.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair, for giving me this opportunity. Our today's agenda was so much objective. It's not about political, because we have a problem that everybody in this county has realized, and is realized that we have a problem. And we have solutions for the questions that we as an assembly, we must have a solution, because the whole county relies on us. If we fail today to save our account, then it will go down to ashes, or we just throw it to the jackals, because the way things are, it's not good. Today we are able to meet, some of us are able to meet the clinical officers, and their cries, nobody was willing to listen because they are suffering so much. Imagine the statistics tell us that in every 10 people, we have one who is HIV positive. Like now, if an example, give an example here, if we are 60 here, 10 among us are HIV positive. And yet, they cannot go and...
God forbid.
Listen.
Point of order.
Honorable Speaker.
Listen.
Point of order.
Listen, my point.
Madam Speaker, point of order.
Listen, please.
Madam Speaker,
protect me, Madam Speaker.
Allow the member to...
Please, point of order. Madam Speaker.
I was only giving an example.
Yeah. Madam,
data.
Proceed, Honorable Member.
Those are the statistics that we have.
Proceed.
In Kenya. Not here, even in MACHAKOS. Imagine somebody who should take care of you has not been confirmed, has been employed in terms of permanence and pensionable terms for 14 years. So let us address that issue when it comes to us. The other thing, I'm a prayerful person. Someday, last week, I was praying and fasting. Meaning in my fasting, the oracle of the mountain told me stop, because there's a lot of pretense in this house. In this house, and I repeat, in this house. Because most of the members, the majority of members, have taken that ubiquitous position of loyalty, which is leaving this count not a blessing, but a curse. Because we cannot stand up for the people who elected us. Our hospitals have no drugs. Those are the people who are crying today. They have not been employed, confirmed as permanent and pensionable in terms for the last 14 years. And they have been serving this country with loyalty. So I came here to say, if the if that lies with the CCM Finance, because I sit in the Committee of Finance, I know the journey that we have worked together. All the invitations that have come have been sent to him, and in his own choice, he has failed to honor them. That decision of coming to this committee of the whole house, it was not a decision that was meant in one day or 1 year. It has been there. It's a decision that we meant because we are exhausted, and we know that this county must move forward regardless what. Whether the CCM Finance is the CCM Finance today or not tomorrow. Because that is an institution, it must be respected, it must be held by somebody who is competent, who enough, who can deliver to the people of Machakos, and don't want those kind of nonsense that every time tunaambiwa kila siku. We don't need them, and if any sense of motion will come to this assembly, then I'll be one to support that. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Honorable Kito, then Honorable Mulinge.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think the member that you are discussing about is an appointee by this House. And we elected members, the governor and also the elected members, we are the one who are answering the people on the ground. I think, Madam Speaker, you have seen the electorate coming or visiting us in our homes, especially the MCAs. It is not easy. I have faced that one, and it's very dangerous when people come at your place demanding what you have done. As you are talking, Madam Speaker, you have heard Honorable Kisila saying that the one Mr. Kuyu said that we have fuel of 1 point something. And as we are talking, the grading machine for Kadiani has been laying ground at Lower Kaiwa for almost 3 weeks without functioning because there is no fuel in that grading machine. And we are really facing difficulty. It is almost raining now. And the machine is there with our operator and other workers. They are being paid and they are not doing any work. Madam Speaker, we could not even attend the public participation. Why? Because people are asking, last time you collected what we are supposed to do to you. Now why are you come back and you have done nothing? And it is a very hard question, Madam Speaker. So, you have seen the house, the entire house. The mood is that we have to act. And the majority leader said that the days are not many. It is now the right time now we start working. And the way we can work is firing one member. So that people can know that now we are serious as a house. We have to work so that the others can learn from that Minister Kuyu. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Honorable Mulinge, then Honorable Kituku, then Honorable Zora.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
We end it at Zora. Honorable Grace Bahati, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the matter we are discussing, we had 2 consecutive discussion on this house. Last week on Tuesday and Wednesday. And we spent a lot of time discussing the same matter, reports coming from the same department, same officer. And one report from finance, the same data. On budget, the report is different. Madam Speaker, we are here. We are here because the person, the officer in the Department of Finance seems to be incompetent. And the reason why I'm saying incompetent, Madam Speaker, we are almost on the last quarter. We gave the budget for projects.
But Madam Speaker, when we have time for members of various committees to go and visit projects for this year, we have nothing. And the period which is remaining before this financial ends, almost 4 months, meaning that when this project will be unveiled, we will not have, the contractors will not have enough time to give this quality work. So, Madam Speaker, this officer is failing this county. Madam Speaker, the same officer has been using the simple arithmetics applied by grade 1, simple like body mass, to evade invitations. This is not the first invitation. Committees, including the committee of DU and Hamban, we have called him several times. But all the time, the same arithmetic. I remember there is a time we were doing public participation with the governor, and the same officer cheated the governor, the electorate we are represented, even us. He said, Governor, the county is doing very good because the contractors, we had given them contracts, have been paid. Going to the book, the pending bill is going up. Maybe he's saying, the more we have pending bills increasing, the way we were relating when we were schooling the higher becomes good. Maybe that's how he's thinking. Madam Speaker, inviting the CCM and failing to honor the invitation, regardless of the methods is using, the same. Madam Speaker, the method is using, this is the same method was used by Hodi says. Hodi days. In our tradition, if you have a case in the court, because at that time education was kidoko, you could not use the style of getting a permission, getting a letter from the doctor. You will visit which doctor? Which doctor to pray for you? So that when either you attend the court case, you attend the interview, you are cleansed. Having been said, the same officer, yesterday, pastors prayed for him. And again he was with Wamunoro, doing a lot of praises. And we cannot testify. We have seen some in Facebook, the minister contributing. But an interval of less than 6 hours, this minister cannot honor the invitation of this assembly. This is a joke. And if, Madam Speaker, we will continue allowing people to use simple arithmetics to make sure the assembly is not performing, Madam Speaker, we should not allow that. Madam Speaker, in the morning, very early in the morning, I was called with one of the guys of the Mindria, that is Musi FM. And he told me, Mheshimiwa Mulinge, I heard somebody kwa hiyo station ya Musi FM waking up the leaders as called, and he has said he comes from a certain place, but he need to wake up me, Mheshimiwa Mulinge, because the nearby Mulikamwisi is not functioning. Well, I was not happy because of that. Again, somewhere I went to Akinosi and I met another two guys. And I listened to them very well, crucifying one of the honorable member who is here. And this is how they were saying. If election were conducted today, that person will be number 4. Then I listened to their grievances. One of the points was, he has gone, that guy, his major role is eating money with the executive. Instead, the assumption of those guys was the honorable member is being given money and dining with the executive. Then we had to explain to them, it is not him, because one of their lamentations was there are roads in the area. It's bad condition. Bad condition. So, Madam Speaker, the matter we are handling here is a matter that we discussed in this house, and we found a lot of anomalies, and the minister applying his kangaroo ways of evading these summons does not have the love of this count. So, after now, Madam Speaker, engaging the mood of these members, please save the county by giving this house the right direction. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Kituku.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Mary Kituku, nominated to this House by UDA. I would first like to give and offer my condolences to Honorable Julius Ndawa for losing your relatives. Poleseni sana kwa familia. Second, I'd like to thank Honorable Constance Bula in her absentia for showing us or reminding us the oath that we took. In sickness and in health, we should be able to represent the people of Machakos. Madam Speaker, as Honorable Wakili, as I call him, PK was talking, he made me recollect myself as a young girl, and I remembered that most of the times we didn't like doing our homework. And when Monday came, we had this narrative of the dog ate my homework, which I believe is a case that has happened to this house. Now, unfortunately, whether I had a dog or it didn't eat my homework, I didn't do it, there were repercussions. Lazima viboko zingetembea. And unfortunately, viboko zitatembea. Kweli ama si kweli? No. I want to believe that this house is a very friendly place. And because of that, in the morning we had a presser with the medics of our county because they felt it is a house of peace and a house of rules. They came to bring their petition. I want to tell Waziri Koyo that this house will listen to him if only he avails himself. The interrogation is not an exam. It is just a dialogue to talk about the pertinent issues that are affecting our county. And I want to thank the speakers who spoke before me for making sure that we do not get wavered by emotions running across, back and forth, and making us lose focus in what was bringing us here. I'd also want to echo what Honorable Billy Ndawa has talked about, and Honorable Kisila, in that we need to work as a county. We need to work because when we came to the assembly, we promised each other to leave politics aside and to work pro parties. Saa ingine inakuwa ngumu sana kuwatetea kama marafiki zenu. Inakuwa ngumu sana. We can't always be holding to things that and upholding to things that we don't. Hatuwezi sema zilianza wapi na zikaisha wapi. And that is one of the reasons why as friends to the majority leader here, majority leadership of Wiper here. Saa zingine tunapata, we really want to support you. We see what you're doing. We see what Her Excellency the Governor is doing. Lakini they are part of the executive. Wanafanya hii kazi inakuwa ngumu. We cannot go there and say this and this and this was executed and it was not. I personally took an oath and I uphold myself to it. Okay. Lastly, we have talked about lights in Machakos. It is an issue because our students at the university have been complaining a lot. There have been so many muggings, but we know the finance department is the heartbeat of all the departments. We really, really need you, Honorable Waziri Kuyu, to uphold the Bible that you took, to serve the people. We represent you in this house. You are part of Machakos County. Na tukikuja hapa bunge, we deliberate on matters that touch you personally or your family and the whole of Machakos. So for that, we wish you a quick recovery for whatever you're ailing from. We want to see you here in the house because we know the questions that you are asking, you have the answers to them. And we know you can work on them. We have not said that wewe ni mbaya kabisa, but whatever it is that is bringing friction between us and the executive, you can finish it by coming to this house and defending yourself. Lastly and not the least, still about the lights, we can benchmark with Honorable Kawaya, who is the National Organizing Secretary. As a part of UDA and part of Mwala, I believe we have showed the whole country how we can secure our markets by making them lit. Uko usiku ni kama mchana. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kichuku. Honorable Grace Bahati.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
We want to hand it at Honorable Grace Bahati.
Okay.
Honorable. Chair, yeah, maybe I can consider Chair Finance. It has taken a while.
Okay.
Proceed, Honorable Grace.
My name is Grace Bahati, MCH Eleni Ward. And today in the morning I was so excited because I really was looking forward to get some answers from our Minister of Finance. And one of the things that we need to understand is the elected members. As every member here said, the ground is hostile, extremely hostile. It's even hostile to our governor. And that's the matters, and just that, it is what it is. And one of the things that I've been very frustrated, been having my tractor in Cheleni Ward. This is the third week, seated there at the market. The roads are so poorly, first those who are done were poorly done. The second thing is just our roads in Cheleni are so bad. And because of that, I've been making calls. God knows how many calls I make. Every time I call, we've done the requisitions on the finance table. And that's why we needed our finance minister to come and tell us, could this table be having a shredder that makes the requisitions disappear for the fuel? Once they go on the public participations, they tell our people there is 1.2 million of fuel. When the tractors are seated there, what the people see, they see the money was given, it's us, the MCAs, who ate the money. So it's us who are being blamed. So it's the blame game, and they are very good at it. And let it be known, there comes a times, honorable members, when silence is betrayal to the people who elected us. And we must speak for our people, on behalf of our people. I was elected by the people of Cheleni as an independent candidate. There were other people who had more money, more potential, but they believed in me to come here and stand on their behalf. And that's what we are doing, our members. Kindly, we need to know the blame game between the chief officers and the other ministers. You ask for the lights, oh, we've already done the requisitions, it's on the table. The finance person. Every time it's Koyuko, it has reached a point where I remember a song that we used to sing in school. Nilipeleka barua kwa baba, ikapotelea njiani. Now I do not know, tulipeleka requisition kwa Koyo, ikapotelea njiani. I do not know. That's where we have reached. And we must speak on behalf of our people. Nobody is safe. Even them as the waziris. Probably they'll go and look for another job. Some of us who are already elected, we can never seek for any job in any institution. This is what we have, and we must defend our people. So what we are asking is this. May he come here, we need to know who is the blame game between them. Is this the ministers? Is it the other CEOs? Is it Kuyu? So that we save the face of our county. It is not good. It is not good. Let nobody lie. Once we do these public participations, the people on the ground, they are left saying, Ekama Diasu, Tomeanuketi on the 2027. That's what people are saying. Let nobody lie. Not nobody lie, Madam Speaker. And if they think it is safe, even for our governor, because they actually, if these ministers, all of them, if they are not working, can we actually summon all of them here, honorable members? Yes. Can we summon them? Because now the games are becoming too much. We are not doing a table tennis here. If you wanted the games, trust you me, some of us who are really good in high school would have already been winning gold medals outside there. So they need to come here and answer to us. We have classrooms that have never been completed. I have one in Cheleni. Boreholes are not functioning. Every time you ask, we've done the requisition, ask Kuyu. So, Mr. Kuyu, wherever you are, the ball is in your court. It's for you to come here, answer to us, so that we get to know who is not working. And by the way, by the time I go home, I'll make sure I'll go with one waziri right now. And that's just the reality. Because, members, let me tell you, we are at a very risk. When I go to the ground, me and Mheshimiwa Evelyn, we are the 2 female MCAs elected, and now our governor. There is nothing as humiliating and embarrassing when you hear Akama iyo Tongoi. And we are categorized there. We are called Machakos girls, we are useless. That's what people are saying. Let's call it the spade a spade. Yes, that's what we are being called. I'm sorry, our honorable members. That's what. So when these ministers are failing and the CEOs are failing, they are failing the elected people who were elected. From the governor to the senator to the women rep and even us as members of our county assembly. That's what they are doing. Actually, they are sacrificing us for their own just failure to work. That's what, as members, we just need to make sure we call Wakoyu here, and Monday is too far. Monday is too far. As we speak right now, Madam Speaker, if it rains in Cheleni, the people of Cheleni have decided, and I will not stop any mandamano. I will not stop. I will actually join them. Let it be known right now. Yeah. When the people of Cheleni, they'll be doing mandamano za barabara, I'll be there demonstrating with them. I will, honestly, members, I'll do that. My people in Cheleni are tired. They are tired. And they just need to see work being done. So kindly, we need to know where our finances are coming from. And also, Madam Speaker, don't forget, Cheleni ward is one of the wards that we collect the most resources out of this county. All the quarries are in Cheleni. So the people are asking, we collect those revenue. Where does the revenue go? And it's a valid question they are asking. Where does that revenue go? Why are their roads being poorly done or not even done? So kindly, Madam Speaker, that letter, tell whatever the decision will be, we need Kuyu before Monday. Thank you. That's what we are requesting. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Member.
Good girl.
Sorry? Okay, 1 minute.
Madam Speaker, I want honorable members to listen to me. Just one minute.
Allow you.
I want to make this application, Madam Speaker. This house is an house of order. This house must, and there's no question about it, be respected. In our standing orders, there's what we call the statement of facts. You have read us a letter. Madam Speaker, I'm making this application that you order the legal department proceeds with immediate effect to get authentication of the said letter from the said institution, such that in the event it is not substantiated, we hold that institution accountable. The second and last application, Madam Speaker. I strongly believe the officer who has said that he visited an hospital, there is a way we can confirm that at that very hour or minute that he went to the hospital, he was with a certain radius. By invoking the instruction or the guidance by the DCI, they can get the coordinates of the phone number of that officer. As at the time the letter was written, where was he within, including the coordinates for the doctor who wrote that letter, Madam Speaker. We cannot treat this house with rumors. So, Madam Speaker, I make those applications that you order the legal department to write a letter, even if it means to go to court under certificate of urgency, and make an application that the DCI orders we be given the actual coordinates as at the time that officer went to Mater Hospital, where the doctor was and where the patient was. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member. I'll make a ruling about your application, Honorable Member, at the end.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Members. Allow me to say this. Honesty is a virtue that pleases God, and that it should be practiced with love and humility. Allow me to say also the same virtue pleases God and is essential for trust in a community. Honorable Speaker, for matters of clarity, the invitation of the CCM to appear in this house should not be construed to a single member. It was a decision of the whole house. Honorable Speaker, we should always adopt, as an honorable house, the procedures that are set for us to operate in this house. I believe that the Honorable Waziri should appear in this house in person. I want to put it in record that there is no personal vendetta to the said Waziri. We are doing our job, and we are only questioning things that are taking place and operational in that said office. The source of information that the Finance Committee worked on and the Budget Committee, the source is the Department of Finance and Revenue Collection. Honorable members and Honorable Speaker, I want also to put on notice those other executive officers, the chief officers, the CCMs who think they can ride on requisitions while they are seated comfortably in their offices. Honorable members, why am I saying this? There are people who are lazy and they can only work when they are pushed. And they will always say, we did requisitions and they were not responded to. We put them on notice. It is high time that we serve our people of Machakos with diligence and commitment. And there is any officer who feels that is tired, please, you can just leave. Our Honorable Excellency Governor will appoint another member, competent, and we will vet him or her in this house and have the job done. It is high time honorable members are respected. We are not to MCA. Honorable members, I want to put it on notice. Let us be very clear. Respect is earned, not demanded. Honorable Speaker,
This assembly has the mandate to oversight the executive. We are doing it without malice. We are doing it so that we can assist Our Excellency to deliver to our manifesto. And nobody will come and start thinking that he can play or she can play games with honorable members. Enough is enough. We have nearly 2.5 years to the next election. It is not over. We can still make Machakos great again if we have the competent people in offices that who can help our governor to serve our people. So it is important that everybody carries this cross. Yes, we gave you a job. The governor appointed you. We vetted you and approved you. Fanya kazi yako. Honorable members, I look forward to a united assembly. I look forward to a dedicated assembly that will ensure that service is rendered to our people of Machakos. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Honorable Commissioner.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I know it has taken a lot of time on this matter, but Madam Speaker, I think it's a matter of great importance. Madam Speaker, I happen to have sat in the first assembly, and I think the kind of committee that we are having today is a very serious committee. In our first assembly for 5 years, we did not have a committee, general oversight committee sitting down. Now in this third assembly, we have a general oversight committee sitting down to discuss on our waziri. It must be noted that this is a very important and serious committee of the assembly. And I wish to echo the words of my majority leader, and he said that I think some induction is needed to our executive to know how important this house is, you know, and how they are supposed to interact, how they are supposed to respond to issues coming from this assembly. Madam Speaker, as we respect the forces of nature, one Waziri Kuyu might be sick, it is okay. But the dignity and the respect of this house must be upheld. So, Madam Speaker, I am proposing this because I keenly listened to your communication. And for the respect of this house to be upheld, it is only fair enough that if we have to give Mr. Kuyu an opportunity to be heard, it has to be on a specific date. Not that if he becomes well, if he feels well, as much as we want to work together, we must let this house be respected. Madam Speaker, you are senior counsel, and you know that this house is equal or equivalent to a high court. And there's no court in this country that will give an opportunity to any citizen to appear in court in such a time he or she feels it's okay to come. We must set a date when Mr. Kuyu must appear in this house. Madam Speaker, it can only be respected.
And I know you will agree. Point of information.
Yes,
I know you will agree. Madam Speaker, I'm agreeing with what the Commissioner is saying. And I want to inform the House today, because our courts know that people fake sickness. They have denied one Waititu permission to go to hospital. So I'm agreeing with one Katange that we should not we should treat this house as having the same powers as those of High Court. Thank you.
Point of information. Point of information.
Another point of information.
Yes, I also want to inform Mheshimiwa Mwanga, it is not permission to go to hospital. It is, he was applying to be granted bail. so that now he may determine the matter when he's outside. And also, Madam Speaker, we are very aware that there is no another tactic that the Waziri Kuyu could have said other than saying that I'm sick. Were we expecting him not to respond? No. There was something he could have just said, I'm sick, so I'm not come. What the court does is that for such cases, it is set a mention date or a hearing date. Madam Speaker, you are able.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think the House is well informed, and you know mine was very brief. So the honorable thing that Waziri Kuyu could have done today is only to appear to this committee. That would have been enough. But because we are a considerate House, we want to give him a fair hearing. We are proposing that we will give him a date. And the honorable thing he can do is just to appear to this House and answer concerns of this House, which are crucial and important to our county. So, Madam Speaker, with those few remarks, I still insist, however much we want to support the governor, we also must be respected as a House, because we respect the governor and the executive. That is it, we respect them. But we demand that this House must also be respected. Madam Speaker, when we go out here, we get to be abused by people that we have become MCAs of Kaute. You understand? I want to declare that myself, I'm very rich. I cannot get 10,000 to, you know. We have been branded that we are MCAs of Kaute, that we don't do our mandate. You know, we cannot allow that. You see? So for this House to be respected, let us give Kuyu a fair hearing by giving him another day to appear in this House and respond to the concerns of these members. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much. Members, I think at this point, it's only fair that we end it at that point. I make my ruling. Thank you. Honorable members, we have ventilated on this matter now for almost 3 hours. I have listened keenly to members make their submissions, and all the submissions were valid. All the points that you have brought this House to this Committee of General Oversight are valid, and they are in order. I made another communication earlier in the day where I had requested that we give the CCM up to Monday. That was emanating from the letter that was sent to me from the hospital. In addition to that letter, that communication that I made in the morning, I wish to make further decision. Honorable members, the matter for the General Oversight Committee is of the entire county importance. I have listened carefully on the discussions held here today by members. And it is here, therefore directed that the CCM Finance is ordered to appear before this House on Monday, 10th March 2025 at 10 a.m. without fail. That ruling is based on the fact that he has said he's sick, and let's just give him that benefit of doubt. That is not to mean that I'm not going to send no, that's not what I'm saying. That is not to mean that I'm not going to request for the authentication of the medical letter that we received. the clerk is directed to give the relevant department that work to make sure that we get that authentication with us. Thank you. Sorry? It's not necessary. Yeah, the letter is adequate. Yes, it is therefore ordered accordingly. Thank you, members. We adjourn or we go for lunch. Thank you, members, for your participation. I'm so excited. I'm so happy about your participation. Thank you.